The one decision that made Europe see Princess Leonor differently for years. Princess Leonor was known simply as the quiet heir to the Spanish throne. She appeared at official ceremonies. She stood beside her parents. She delivered carefully prepared speeches. To many people across Europe, she was still a young royal whose biggest moments were yet to come. Then, something changed. It wasn't a dramatic interview. It wasn't a royal controversy. It wasn't a headline-grabbing announcement. Instead, it was a decision that demonstrated commitment rather than comfort. A decision that showed Europe Princess Leonor wasn't just preparing to inherit a crown, she was preparing to earn the responsibilities that come with it. That decision was her commitment to military training. And for many observers, it changed the way they viewed Spain's future queen. A princess with a different path. When Leonor was growing up, much of the public knew her only through carefully managed royal appearances. The Spanish royal household placed a strong emphasis on protecting her privacy while she completed her education. As a result, people saw relatively little of her daily life. Many still viewed her as a royal teenager whose future was distant. But that perception began to change as she reached adulthood. Why military training matters in Spain? The monarch serves as the constitutional commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Because of that role, heirs to the throne traditionally receive military training as part of their preparation. When Leonor entered this stage of her education, it wasn't simply another royal event. It marked the beginning of one of the most demanding chapters of her preparation. Instead of remaining within the comfort of palace life, she chose to embrace a disciplined environment with early mornings, physical training, classroom instruction, and practical exercises. The images that captured Europe's attention, official photographs, soon began appearing. Princess Leonor in military uniform, standing in formation, participating in training, learning alongside fellow cadets. Those images quickly spread across Europe. For many people, they challenged long-held stereotypes about modern royalty. Instead of seeing only ceremonial duties, they saw preparation, discipline, and commitment. The photographs became symbols of a future monarch taking her responsibilities seriously. More than tradition, some people assumed Leonor was simply following royal custom. But many commentators pointed out something deeper. In an era when public figures are often judged by visibility rather than preparation, Leonor's focus remained on learning rather than publicity. She wasn't trying to create headlines. She was completing an important stage of her education. Ironically, that quiet dedication generated even more attention. Confidence through experienced military training brought visible changes. Leonor appeared increasingly confident during official engagements. Her posture became more assured. Her public speaking continued to improve. She seemed increasingly comfortable representing Spain at important national events. These changes reflected years of careful preparation rather than sudden transformation. A different kind of leadership. Leadership isn't measured only by titles. It is demonstrated through willingness to prepare. Throughout her military education, Leonor showed that leadership begins with learning. By accepting demanding training, she reinforced the idea that future responsibility requires present effort. Many people admired that message regardless of their views on the monarchy itself. Europe takes notice. Interest in Leonor has expanded far beyond Spain. Royal commentators across Europe now regularly compare her with other young heirs to European thrones. Her speeches, official visits, and military milestones receive international coverage. That attention reflects growing recognition that she represents one of Europe's next generation of constitutional monarchs. Balancing modernity and tradition. One reason Leonor attracts so much interest is her ability to balance two very different worlds. She respects centuries-old royal traditions. At the same time, she represents a generation shaped by globalization, technology, and international education. Rather than rejecting tradition, she appears focused on adapting it thoughtfully for the future. The pressure behind the uniform, behind every public photograph, is an extraordinary level of expectation. Leonor isn't simply preparing for another profession. She is preparing for a role she has carried since birth. Every appearance contributes to public confidence. Every responsibility becomes another lesson. The military uniform symbolizes not privilege, but preparation. What this means for Spain. The Spanish monarchy has experienced many changes throughout its history. As Leonor takes on greater public responsibilities, many Spaniards see continuity combined with renewal. Her education, military training, and growing confidence suggest a careful approach to preparing the next generation of leadership. Whether she ultimately becomes one of Spain's most influential monarchs remains unknown, but her preparation has already shaped public expectations. Conclusion. The decision that changed how many people viewed Princess Leonor wasn't dramatic. It wasn't controversial. It wasn't designed to attract attention. It was a decision to prepare seriously for the responsibilities that await her. Through military training, education, and steady public service, Leonor has shown that becoming queen is about much more than ceremony. It's about earning trust through commitment and consistency. Europe didn't begin paying closer attention because she changed who she was. It began paying attention because the world could finally see the future queen taking shape. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories about Europe's royal families. And let us know in the comments, do you think military training helps prepare a future monarch for leadership, or are other experiences even more important? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.